So good morning. We're almost to the afternoon. I believe we have class 11th and 12th here, right? And that's commerce. Okay. थोड़ा सा energy चाहिए होगा. I know it's just before lunch break, but I need a little bit of energy from you guys, okay? So your name?
Sorry, Nikita.
Nikita. Okay, Nikita has given a very nice introduction to me. Thank you, Nikita. And the next few minutes, I'm going to basically, I understand you're all pursuing your commerce, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about journalism because that's my area of interest and work. So the next few minutes, we'll talk a little bit about journalism. I have a PowerPoint. The trade secret is that journalists are not good with PowerPoint presentations. We don't do it. So when ma'am suggested a PowerPoint, I was like, oh God, okay. So I've done a PowerPoint. Fortunately or unfortunately, it's not working. So we'll let that be. But the next few minutes, I need your participation. I want you to, I'm going to talk a little bit about journalism, mass communication. In the middle, if you have any questions, any opinions, anything that you want to say, please raise your hand. It's not that we have to wait till the end of the session for a Q&A and all of that. We have that anyway. Hopefully, you'll have a few questions. But meanwhile, if in the middle you want to talk to me about something, say something, just raise your hand and we should be able to take that. Okay? Okay?
Yes.
Okay. So, my first slide really was, I think we have the first slide actually. I think I have to just show you that. It was this one, right?
Review, Jimmy, your parties.
Yeah, okay. So that was really my first slide. I hope you can see it, okay. So it's journalism, the big word I'm sure all of you have heard. A question, so how many of you have actually at some point thought, journalism, maybe I'm interested? Yeah? Oh, okay, that's not bad, not as bad as I thought, okay. And those who have thought but said no, not journalism, how many? Yeah? Good number, okay. And what's the first thought that makes you think, yeah, journalism is good? Just why?
A lot of patience.
Patience. You think a lot of patience will be required for journalism and that's something you could do, okay. Okay. And why would you?
Not my interest.
Not your interest. Okay. So not interest, fair enough. Patience. What else do you think are like not journalism? I don't want to do this.
Public traveling.
Lot of traveling. Okay. Traveling, you're not okay. Patience, I agree. Okay. How many of you have kind of discussed this with your parents or your older sibling or somebody and they have told you कि नहीं boss journalism नहीं करनी है तुमको please? Yeah? Why? Is that a parent? And why would he or she say so? Traveling. Okay, they don't want you to be traveling. Okay, so the good of this little discussion is that I was expecting 10 years ago when I graduated with science and I was mentally prepared to pursue chemistry in the long run, and then suddenly I decided I had a small accident and I had broken both my hands and I'm sitting between post my graduation exam and I thought क्या किया जाए. So then I randomly walked into the technical office and I met the editor and I said, you know, I really like writing, so can you just give me an option of, can I do something in your paper? I think she was more taken aback, okay, this is really random. But then she actually gave me an opportunity. She said, okay, you intern with me for a month or two. And that's how journalism started. When I told my father that I wanted to do journalism, he also came up with this about science is safer. You are contributing to the field of academics and there can't be anything higher than that. And it's more reassuring to me as a parent. You know, you're going to be fine. You'll have a job hopefully if you're doing fine. And the world is a nice place. But it took a little bit of convincing to try and do journalism, pursue it after science. But from my experience, the last 10 years, I wouldn't have wanted it any other way. And that is why I'm standing in front of you. To tell you a little bit about journalism, what makes it interesting, why you could think of it as a career option, regardless of, you know, the kind of apprehensions you may have of patience, of travel. Parents are never going to be okay with journalism, by the way. 10 years later, still not okay. It's okay. But it's more about just keeping your mind open to this career option. I'm not going to hard sell it for you. I'm sure most of you are wise to make your own decisions, but this is just a chance to tell you what exactly is journalism about, what do we do there, and maybe, hopefully, I can encourage a few of you to give it a shot. Okay? So let's start with, like I said there, journalism is about news. What's new, right? So what's new? Did any of you read the paper today? Newspaper, online, something? What was new? Yeah, that was yesterday actually. But yes, news, okay. And how many of you watch a bulletin in the morning or just catch some news while getting ready? Are you able to know? So it's usually a paper that you are, it's good, he's at least attempted, and I hope a few of you have attempted to read the paper before coming in. But it's about what's new, basically. And in this world, like he just rightly mentioned, Raghu Ram Rajan retiring is news, but it's already yesterday's, you know. And the world is just going round and round and round, and there's so much of information overload because of all the new outlets or inlets that you've got to change information, to exchange information. So I broadly categorize it into the social media, which I'm sure all of you know, and then the anti-social media, which is mostly the more contemporary, the more traditional forms of TV, newspaper, radio, these kind of things. Before we get into that, just why should we be bothered about journalism? I mean, why is she even here and telling us about journalism? Agreed, good point, fair point. Now why? I think the whys are, I have learned that the whys are more about trying to understand how a particular news item affects you personally. Raghu Ram Rajan is retiring. Why am I bothered? Okay, very good stint, has an excellent future in academia, whatever he wants to do. Good for him, but why is it news to me? I mean, why should I be bothered? Right now, okay, maybe not. Maybe, hopefully 3-4 years later when you start your business, you understand that what effect does Raghu Ram Rajan's retirement have on you. You have the Sensex market affected. If you are a business person who's invested, you are affected. More than that, more than the consequence, it's about, journalism is a lot about also trying and forming an opinion about something. Why is that important? It's important because in a world where you are told so many things about right and wrong, this is right, this is wrong, it's very important that you form an opinion for yourself about something. Okay? It has to be based on fact, your opinion. It has to be based on knowledge, your opinion. It just can't be like, I think Raghu Ram Rajan should get another term because he looks good. Fair point, but can't be based on knowledge. So you need to know a little bit more about him, and that's what this news will tell you. It should ideally, a news article or a news piece about him or his retirement should tell you that why is this such a big deal that this governor is not getting a second term. It should tell you why was he good, what were his challenges, why do you think the government kind of didn't give him a second term. And these are issues that should help you form your opinion. And that's the deal with journalism, where it helps you form an opinion. What does that do to your personality? Why is it important that you should have an opinion? Why is it important that you should have an opinion? Anybody? Would you want to have an opinion in the first place, or is it more like, you would want to have an opinion, right? Because if somebody was to ask a few years later, your decisions, your choices will matter. And not just to you, but for people who you're making those decisions for. If you are part of a team, if you are doing something on your own, if you're just thinking of traveling somewhere, it's important that you are aware of what's happening, where you should go, where you should not go, what going there does to you, right? So that's the idea of journalism, trying to give you information, trying to help you form an opinion about things. The importance of journalism. Now, a quick question can be, okay, opinions are good, information is good, but nowadays there's just so much of ranting and sensationalization and yay of journalism. I mean, it's all about really people talking, shouting. There's no depth of journalism. There's a lot of yellow journalism. Have you heard of these things recently? Yeah, they make brilliant dinner table conversations, by the way. So a lot of times when I'm invited for a dinner party, for an informal party, So it starts with, oh, you work with the media, okay, just all of you are either sold or not doing your job well, or there's so much more happening in the world. Why do you have to bother about who's the director of FTII, the Film and Theatre Institute, or why is Uttar Punjab such a big deal? Why is it news for like 24 hours? So these are discussions that happen, and then you're trying to tell them that, okay, there are things that are not going fine, but there are things that are going fine. And what is it that is going fine? Do you remember some story that you read or saw that you thought was like, yeah, this is good, this has had an effect, or good to know? Any recent story that you think you saw, read? No? No positive story? At least a positive story maybe that you saw and thought that, okay, that's a nice story, or good to know? No? Okay. I should show you some positive story then. Hopefully we'll do that in a few minutes. But I think I'm trying to convey is that one, it's important that you have an information and opinion, and that's why journalism is important. The other point I'm trying to make is that for all the loopholes that journalism seems to have, it also gives you a lot of power to address real issues. A lot of time, journalism is about a good reality check. In my experience of a journalist, I have interviewed the heads of state, you meet the chief ministers, you do their interviews, you do the business head interviews. And then you also do stories with the farmers. You do stories in the slums. You talk to people about basic issues of bijli, pani, suicides, education, school mein teacher nahi hai, these kind of things. So I think journalism in that sense helps you be with reality for the longest time. It helps you be with reality in the longest time, and that's how you form an opinion about it. It's considered the fourth stage of a democracy, of a good democracy. What are the other three pillars, or the other three stages of democracy? Democracy is supposed to have three pillars, or three basic pillars of democracy. Have you heard of it? No? Anybody? You can guess, it's okay, it doesn't have to be a right answer.
Freedom of speech.
Okay. Freedom of speech. Element of the pillar of democracy, correct?
Equality.
Equality, yeah. Sorry? Education. Yeah? Okay. All these things, be it equality, education, who assures these things to you? Right. Who makes sure you get these things? Like, why should you stand up and say, I need education given to me? You're allowed to do that, by the way. Who allows you to do this? Who does allow you? We are all there, we are all thinking on the right time. Just say it aloud, that's all. Judiciary, one very important pillar, okay? Legislature, the right to make the laws and tell you that this is allowed. Very good, we've got all our civics classes back. Very good. So these are the three pillars of democracy. You have your judiciary, you have your legislation, and you have the executive body, or the execution body. And that's when you have these three pillars, why do you need the fourth? Why is journalism a fourth pillar? What does journalism do that these three don't? The judiciary makes sure that the laws are implemented. They are your safeguards for implementing of that law, seeing to it that you're giving justice whenever it's denied. You have the lawmaking body who decides what's good for you, what's not good for you, and we elect these people to decide. So fair system, okay. And you have the guys who execute it, be it the police department, or you have people who are helping you run the country. Why do you need journalism now? Why do you need a fourth pillar?
It gives you knowledge about the laws and everything.
It gives you, okay, information. That's one, yeah. And what do you think journalism does to these three pillars? What does it do to judiciary, to the legislature, and to the executive body? Communicating of problems. Okay?
It keeps them in check.
That's right. That's what I was looking for. It is known as a media watch, where ideally the media or journalism is that fourth pillar which makes sure that the other three are working fine and are working good for you. It is supposed to be an independent body. So देखिएगा कि ठीक है, is the judiciary doing its job? Is the judge taking a bribe? If if the judge is taking a bribe, then it's the journalist's responsibility to tell the world. To not say that this judge is bad, but just to say that this judge is taking a bribe. That's my job. I don't tell you if he's bad, or he had some children to get married, his house was falling down. That's not what my idea is. My idea is to inform you that this judge is taking a bribe. And hopefully, because I do that, other judges may not take a bribe. That's the way of looking at it. Similarly with the constitution, with the legislation. Which was the recent one that you saw? You all heard of the US shooting?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you do know that homosexuality is still a crime in India, right? We all know that. So homosexuality is still legally a crime in India. Now, the media, as its role after the US shooting happens, then the media in its role does this thing of, reminding the public that in India it is still not legal. So if you are trying, if you're feeling sad for the US, or if the government is expressing solidarity with the US on the shootings, then it's also the media's responsibility to remind the government that while you are expressing solidarity, also remember you have not decriminalized it in your own country. So in that way, as a media person, I'm keeping a check on what is not really very right now with our law. Yeah? And in every small sphere that you will see, that's what a journalist is ideally supposed to do. Inform these three pillars, what is going right, what is not going right. You had just mentioned about that another goal of media is also to give information, right? Like even for the government. Now the government does this, which is the other part of mass communication. One is journalism, where we talk about news, and the other is the public relations, or the PR. And that is something where also media people are actively involved, where if the government has done something good, then they also want to advertise it. So nowadays it's become quite a trend to see full page ads in newspapers. You're literally like searching for the